Good morning, Mr. Sedra. Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
One moment, it's loading. Okay. On January 15, 2025, the officer was conducting surveillance in the Green Points area, and the officer was in an unmarked vehicle in an apartment complex and observed 18-year-old defendant join up with two other males, co-defendants. He had already witnessed using a firearm. The three males walked around the apartment complex together, and the officer witnessed the defendant being given the firearm and wave it around. The two other males encouraged the defendant to shoot the gun, and the officer did not see the defendant fire the weapon, and the officer maintained visual until the officers were able to detain all three defendants at a nearby gas station. The gun was found in the co-defendant's waistband, and all three individuals were placed in custody.
Mr. Savage, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in contact with any. Did anyone else get arrested in this case? Or is it just him? I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm sending you for a test right now. You're to come back. If you fail the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
Your Honor, there's a co-defendant in court 4. The cause number is 2547734.
I'm going to send it? Okay, so let's just do this for now. Go ahead, take a seat for me. We're going to transfer your case to the other court because that's where it belongs. Okay, please. So don't worry about it.
Well, is everybody ready for the arraignment?
Yeah.
All right, page 14, luggage, come on up.
Morning, Ms. Levy. And you are charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On January 16th, 2025 at 2:02 a.m., the officer was dispatched in an attempt to locate. The officer was advised the defendant's sister was concerned for her well-being after not hearing from her. The defendant's sister stated her last known location was the Den, a bar, where she got a flat tire. While searching the area, the officer located the defendant's vehicle at the entrance of the University of Houston, and a witness was flagged down to assist changing the defendant's flat tire. The witness stated he observed the defendant as the sole occupant of the driver's seat of the vehicle, and the surveillance video showed the defendant's vehicle in motion at the time the witness came into contact with the defendant. The defendant was identified with Texas driver's license, and the officer made contact and observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, red, glossy, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. The defendant admitted to drinking a wine cooler earlier in the day, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. The officer observed the defendant to be unsteady on her feet as she walked to the sidewalk, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, one leg stand 1 out of 4. The DIC was red and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.185 and 0.181.
And you're telling me there's video of her driving?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Levy, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Have you run your license and any prior DWIs?
Driver's license is eligible and no priors, Your Honor.
Okay. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If you consume alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? Would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Okay, I'll give you an application. I'll take a look at your numbers, and if you qualify, we'll provide you a lawyer today. Okay, just everything's fine. Don't worry. Just be safe. Okay, just don't. Okay, I don't want to talk about the case. Let's have you fill out the application, then I'll have you talk to a lawyer today. Okay, ma'am? Please.
Right this way. Go ahead and sign for your receipt.
Good morning, Mr. Newman. Sir, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 15th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to Texas Southern regarding a male on campus possibly carrying a firearm. The caller provided the name and dispatch ran through arms and located a recent picture and a trespass notice. The officer observed the defendant walk into the library, immediately walked out accompanied by a second black male, and the officer attempted to detain the defendant, and the defendant ran northbound, ran through an apartment complex. The officer drove through the complex and set up a perimeter and observed the defendant run out of the complex. The officer exited a marked patrol vehicle in full uniform, drew a duty weapon, and ordered the defendant to the ground. The defendant ignored the commands and continued running and was assisted to the ground by the officer. The defendant stated he ran due to being scared. The defendant evaded approximately 0.4 miles.
What was he doing wrong?
So there was a report of a possible firearm on campus and the caller provided the name and he was attempting to investigate that and he was just trying to detain him to
They
investigate.
gave the description of him.
They just gave the name and then they
A name
ran
of-
that through arms and they found a picture of that person.
So the caller gave the name of Mr. Newman.
Yes, Judge. Gave Mr. Newman's name. The officer ran that name and found a picture and then observed him leaving the library and attempted to detain him. And then he ran.
There was also a current trespass notice for the defendant as well.
Yes, Judge.
From TSU.
From the arms or TSU.
Yes, Judge. They found for TSU through arms.
Mr. Newman, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Let's do this. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today because there's several things that we need to look at. So do you mind reaching out to the MAC for Mr. Newman? Mr. Newman, assuming we go forward with the case, you're not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand? I'm
Yes,
making
sir.
that a condition of your bond.
Yes, sir.
If I find that you have any weapons, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
Just all I want is my community to be safe. I'm not asking for much. You understand? Okay. I'm going to have you sign a reset Victoria, then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box, sir. Okay? Can you file no weapons, please?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
I have Halsell on your docket, Halsell. It's, it was his prior court date, he was in custody and he's now made bonds. We just need to get bond conditions on him.
He's here. Okay.
And, and I think that's it. I'm also filing a competency and mental health evaluation.
Say it again.
A competency evaluation.
You're going to set it?
I'm going to what's the date, but I understand his mom told me that he gets one every month through the Harris Center. So I'm gonna see if I can have access to those records or if they're the same as what we would do here, but I'm gonna look into that.
Okay. Halsell, come up.
No, his mom comes up.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just vacation.
Yeah. Come on. Where's Mom? Come on up.
I can't get on.
Oh, no problem. I have it. Yeah.
Hi, come up. You're a mom?
I am.
How are you?
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Appreciate you for having me.
You know, Mr. Halsell, with the 4 open cases, you're lucky to be out. You know, you really need to listen to Mom so that a 5th case doesn't occur. It's not going to go well if you pick up a 5th one. Do you understand?
You have to excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
They're trying to do 2 medicines on him. And it doesn't have him here, if it makes sense. He's listening, but it has him, if you speak, he's dragging. And I'm okay with that because I can control what's going on. As I was there, I work in it, I work in conjunction with the court. One day, sheriff department. And I work with the homeless. I came out of engineering because he taught me two things. I have to pay attention to what's going on at home and not just give love to people on the street. It makes sense, right?
That's great. That's wonderful.
I've done my homework recently, these big last two situations. His grandmother and his grandfather is dealing, they had mental ideations as well, so it triggers. Mom says, be careful who you choose, but we can't be careful who you choose, right?
Right.
Love is love. So home now gracefully exists. You have to excuse my appearance, I've been in cold gray.
Oh, please, you look great. But my concern is that please tell me he's living with you?
Yes.
Wonderful.
He is.
Okay.
As I said, I'm bringing paperwork together to get custodial.
Guardianship.
Guardianship, okay.
To get him placement to stay there.
You know, I'm happy to, whatever you need, we're happy to give you. You know, we have a lot of resources here that we can always, you know, try to help you with, you know.
I appreciate you.
All you need to do is ask, you know, if you need tablets, cell phones. We can also do evaluations to see, you know, how we go forward. So I'm all ears and I'm with you, whatever you want, you know, whatever conditions you think are appropriate, we can put on it.
We just had an evaluation on the,
Is mom's the CW in the cases? Or,
So Judge, these are old cases from what I remember, 2022,
So
fair
the-
ID, the trespass.
well, we have one terroristic threat of a peace officer or a judge. Is that right?
okay, this is what happened.
No, don't. I just,
We just did a psych evaluation
okay.
and we were in the room. I hope I.
No, let's not, don't. It's really, it's,
I'll talk about that right now.
yeah, that's something that we can do later, but at this time, I will leave him in your care, your, whatever you need, we're here to help you out with. The only thing I'm gonna ask is just you guys, just please stay in touch with Vita. She will help you out. And I just don't want a fifth case, that's it. I'm with you. So how long do you want to set it out, Kavita?
I would think maybe a 6-week, the evaluation, all the medical together and talk.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna waive his appearance. That way he doesn't have to waste his time coming to court, but just be nice. Self-control. All these cases are because of no self-control. You get upset and you wig out. But think, it's okay. We all get angry. We all do. But just think before you act. Think before you speak. That's it. Listen to mom. If you ever need anything, come back and I can help you out with whatever you need. Just say the word. Okay?
Judge, in regards to bond conditions, how did you want to handle that?
So the bond conditions that I'd like is just no contact with ever the terroristic threat cases and just no weapons. That's all I would like. It's not, my concern is that it was a healthcare provider, because that's what I was thinking. Is that someone that he's currently seeing? Do you know? Alex, who in the
Oh, in the
most recent case, who's the complaining witness?
most recent case, let me see. It says the reporting party.
Oh, that case is upstairs. It's not even with us. I'm
That's all,
sorry.
Your Honor.
So disregard it. I thought it was with us.
Yes, Judge.
So the only condition is just no weapons. That's it. Okay. And just stay in contact with your lawyer. Okay. Absolutely. Mr. Halsall, good luck, bud. All right. Okay. Thanks, Kavita.
Thank you, Judge. May you be excused?
Just 6 weeks, what she asked. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Bye. Okay. Are you ready? Coming up.
Never remember, Judge.
Yes, please.
Well, Lisa,
And Chavez, that's right. Good morning, Mr. Chavez. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand, sir, that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. When you plead guilty, you give up the right to appeal, meaning that you can never change this. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. Do you understand these rights that you're giving up?
Yes.
You also need to understand that there are no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up in here. And if you're not in this country with permission, you do anything short of more than 6 hours, you will get an ICE detainer. So if I were you, I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, I
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2. I'm going to suspend your ability to drive for 90 days. Do not drive. Otherwise, you're going to be right back over here, sir. What does your client do for a living, sir? What does your client do for a living?
He does a carpentry work, labor work, the framing, that kind of thing. Home framing.
I'm asking this because there is a DPS surcharge that they usually tack on for around $3,000. I will waive this fee for you now, but I'm telling you on a DWI second, it's around a $6,000 surcharge on a DWI second. So get a clue. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You're allowed to make a mistake, but when you continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives, there are serious consequences. Good luck, sir.
All right, win.
All right,
Well, then, there's a portable device, Judge, that you've been.
we'll take it off.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, please, the clerk. Yeah. Mr. Elick, is this your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. LZ.
Mr. Chavez. Here, back over here.
It looks like you are charged with 2 cases. You were charged with criminal trespass. You're also charged with criminal mischief. On both of those, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 48 days in jail with credit for the 16 that you've done on the criminal trespass. They're dismissing the other case.
Yes, Your Honor. Time served on the criminal trespass and dismissing criminal.
Is this how you understand it, sir?
Yes.
You need to understand also that this charge will go on your record. You're now facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Like I said, you give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, it stays on your record. Is this what you want to do?
So,
How do you plead? How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty.
really, I plead.
All right, I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
What about the enhancement?
Abandoned. Yeah. Or wait a second. Is it listed as?
It's listed as.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Yes.
He's got to. Is it true or come up, Mr. LZ? Is it true or untrue that you had a prior terroristic threat, sir?
I'm on my medication, so I missed my medication. I have trouble getting my medication. I was just
Did you have a prior terroristic threat in the past? It looks like from August of this past year with us.
I don't remember any terroristic threat towards you guys or.
No, just in general.
You had a case in this court that you took 57 days time on, and that was August 20th of 2024. Do you remember taking that plea bargain?
I believe I was in court before, but,
That's all we need to know. That's it. Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, are you ready? Come on up, counsel. What's going on with him?
This is Mr. Riley.
Yep.
Riley, last time he was here, your Honor asked him to
Mr. Bond?
do some employment, which he's done. I've got proof of that.
Okay,
Schooling, I spoke to his mother and his aunt, and the issue there is, he doesn't like the school he's zoned to. It's not a great, fit for him. And so he's trying to get with the aunt, and there's just some logistical issues. But I spoke to both the individuals, and I mean, he's making good faith efforts to do it. He's just has not yet.
is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay, Ridley, come up. Is mom here?
That.
Who's that?
I don't. Yeah. But- I spoke to her last night and this morning, Okay, yeah. no,
Is that mom? Are you mom? Come on up.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming. It's great. So what's going on with Mr. Ridley now?
I haven't had a chance to do like the holiday work schedule, but he's looking for a job and I'm trying to get him make 2 steps.
So you're not doing anything now? You stay at home and do nothing?
I was.
He's looking for jobs.
I got put like 3-4 applications in.
School is more important, Mr. Ridley. You need to get your education, man. You need a high school diploma. At worst comes to worst, we can give you paperwork so you can do the schooling at home and get your GED online at a minimum, and we can give it to you for free. But I mean, you're at home you're not working, you're not going to school, you're doing nothing to make life better for yourself. Life doesn't get easier the older you get. It gets more difficult. If you don't have a job, if you don't have an education, you will end up nowhere. And life sucks without money. Trust me. Do you understand? Okay. Do you mind giving them the paperwork, please? We need to be somewhere, Mr. Ridley. I'm going to give you another couple weeks, 2.5 weeks. At the minimum, be enrolled to start working on your GED. Do you understand? I'm also going to drug test you. I'm not going to let you there's no smoking weed, none of this. Do you understand? If I find that you're using, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to keep you. Do you understand? All right.
One other issue, Judge, we would request, the complainant has made contact with the DA's office and let her thoughts be known on the case in a RIP call. And so we request that the no contact be just brought down to no threatening, harassing.
Who is it?
It's a girlfriend situation, Judge. And I spoke to DV about it. He reviewed it and said he was going to leave notes, that they had no opposition to that.
Yeah, or even something else.
And yes, that is correct. The RIP does say no contact, so no threatening, harassing would be fine.
Okay. I will amend your bond condition, Mr. Ridley, to have no harassing contact with the complaining witness in this case. You're not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? You need to start working on your education. Life doesn't get easier. Do you understand? That's my main concern. You graduate, you get your GED, we're all going to be jumping up and down because that's what you need. Without a high school diploma, you will literally make pennies when everybody else is making dollars. Do you understand? I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see you in 2 weeks. All right.
That was amended pre-trial bond commission?
Yes.
What was the?
So on bottom of page 19 on Ridley, amending to no threatening or harassing, no weapons. All right, Will, you ready?
Yes, sir.